Hey, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Lena, founder of the Period Makeover Solution and Fertility Maximizer. And today we're actually going to talk about a new offer. I teased it to you guys in the last episode and shared just like a little bit about it, but I want to dedicate this whole episode to what Fertility Kickstart Week is, what you're going to get out of it, how you can sign up, what the investment is, like all the details. So, this idea came to be, whatever. Um, because I realized that there was like this gap in someone finding me, whether that be through my podcast, through my Instagram, my Threads account, just my website with my blog, downloading, maybe a free resource that I have right now. I have a fertility guide that I offer as a free resource. It's great. But then you go from that to then either joining one of my programs. And they're not cheap programs. You get a lot of testing and support from me. So there is an investment in that. And I wanted to have something that I could offer that was for a price that is affordable for almost everyone, that you're still going to get a lot of value out of it, that can serve as like an introduction of this is the type of work I do. This is what it's like to work with me. This is like kind of my style and how I communicate. Now, you guys here on the podcast have a little bit of an advantage over like you hear me talking pretty much every week. And that gives you more insight into my style and how I would coach and how I would like show up if you were working with me, as opposed to people that are maybe just on my email list or just following me on Instagram. But I felt like I needed something that felt really fun to me, that helped kind of fill these gaps, again, was accessible, and again, was still like valuable and tangible enough that if someone could only do this thing, they could only participate in this like mini program, that they could then take what I was teaching them and run with it on their own. Yes, it would be better to like have the experience, get the knowledge, and then still end up working with me inside my Fertility Maximizer program. Like, of course, that's the goal. I would love to have all of you as my clients in Fertility Maximizer, but that's not a reality. Number one, I couldn't take care of all of you guys at one time. There's hundreds of you that listen to these podcast episodes every week. But also, it's not accessible for everyone. Some of you guys listen to this podcast from other countries that I can't take clients in. Some of you are not in a financial situation where you could make that investment. And I still want to help. I still want you to be able to get this type of functional support from a fertility nurse while you're on your journey, because I think what I've put together in this Kickstart week is going to be really, really helpful for people that feel like two different types of people. Either one, you feel like you're stuck, like you're trying all the things, but you're just spinning your wheels and nothing is working. Or the person, and sometimes this is the same person, or the person that is really frustrated because they feel that something is off. Like intuitively, they know something ain't right. They've probably been to their doctor and have expressed these concerns, and either they got totally blown off or the provider was like, okay, well, let's do some labs. And they send you to the lab and then they call you a day or two later and they're like, everything looks normal. And the conversation basically ends there. This Kickstart week is going to be great for anyone that is trying to conceive, has been trying for, a little period of time, and wants answers about why it is they're not getting pregnant yet. This, it ended up being kind of like, it's almost like a challenge, but I don't really like that word. It just kind of like came to me to call it a Kickstart week. Like we're kickstarting your fertility. It's a great starting point, and I just liked the name. I don't know. I thought it went well together. You guys have to let me know what you think about it. Um, it's 5 days. I'm going to run it towards the end of July. So it's going to start on Monday, July 20th. It's going to wrap up on July 24th. It's going to be hosted inside of Telegram. If you're not familiar with Telegram, you should be. It's a great app. It's free. In that I've created as a group. And in that group, I will be able to communicate with you guys through voice notes and text and like sharing links and things if I need to. You guys can also talk back to me and communicate with one another, but it will be kept succinct. So, like, I'm the only one that can start a new conversation in that group. And I love that for this type of 5 day thing because it keeps everything really organized in case you, as the person that signs up for the Kickstart, misses like the first 2 days or something happens and the third day you don't look at it at all. You can come back and easily not feel like you're in a group chat that you never wanted to be part of. And there's 100, you know, text things where you're like, you know what, I don't even have the bandwidth or the time to go through all of this. You will be able to prominently see what I have shared. And that I have like done this both as a host. I've ran other things this way before, and I have also been in groups like this as a participant, and I love it from both aspects because it's so well like organized and easy. It's just so easy. Okay, I'm getting off on a tangent a little bit about how much I love Telegram. So, how is this going to work? I have mapped out the 5 days and kind of what I'm going to cover in the 5 days. So, right up front, I want to tell you the cost for this program is $47. You're literally crazy to not sign up for this for $47. Just know that. On the first day, I'm going to come in, I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. I am going to have you take an assessment. It's a link. It's set up kind of like a quiz. You'll go in and you'll answer all these questions. This assessment's easy. You're just filling out information about symptoms that you have and how often you experience them and how like intense they are or how like prominent they are in your life. Then you're going to get a score at the end, and you are going to be ranked in these 7 different, six, maybe 7. I can't remember now off the top of my head. I don't have my paper pulled up. 6 or 7 different categories. These categories are focus zones that link back to a specific body system or body function that impact your fertility. What this does is this helps us to identify, okay, here's where our issue is. This is the most pressing issue because it has the highest score. So we're going to focus here first. So you're going to take that assessment. You're going to get your results on day 1. You're going to send me a screenshot of your result. And based on that result, I am then going to send you a cheat sheet that I have developed that goes along with each of the focus different areas, the different body systems. There is a cheat sheet for each of them because, you know, what you're going to focus on and what you're going to do is going to depend on what your highest scoring category is. I call these fertility blockers. So we really want to find out what is your number 1 fertility blocker, and then we're going to tackle it. And in that cheat sheet, I am providing you with some dietary recommendations, some lifestyle recommendations, and then I'm also going to send you some supplements that will really target that fertility blocker as well. That's day 2. All the cheat sheets and the supplements are going to be coming out on day 2. Day 3 and 4, I'm going to drop some mini lessons for you. And this is really going to be like what I love about doing this week is I can obviously host this week again in the future, but the week itself and the content that I give, the little lessons that I give are never going to be the same because as we're moving through this week, I am customizing what I am teaching on and what I am sharing based on that specific group. 2 different ways that I'm doing this. When you join, I am going to have you fill out a intake form that gives me just some basic information like how old are you? How long have you been trying to conceive? What have you tried so far? Type of thing. And then I'm also going to collectively look at everyone's assessment results and I'll be able to pinpoint, okay, these were the 2 most common fertility blockers for this group. And then I can kind of focus our attention in these mini lessons on what is going to be most impactful for everyone as a whole. And it's going to focus on, some of the like foundational things that even if that wasn't specific to your category, you can still apply it and use it, and it's still going to be supportive to your fertility too. So that's day 3 and 4. At the end of day 4, we're going to open up for questions. So I'm going to start a thread where you can drop your questions. Um, and they don't have to be about like something specific off the checklist or about your result from your assessment. It can be anything that is fertility and cycle related. And then I'm going to come in on the last day and I'm going to answer those questions. Um, and we're going to make sure that everybody feels really good about where we're at with their taking the assessment, getting the results, getting the cheat sheet that they need, their supplements, if there's questions about those. I'm going to answer all of that stuff. And then that's going to round out the week. So I love that this is number one, going to be so easy for you to participate. So like even if you're on vacation, even if you're going to be out of town for some other reason, maybe you have a work trip or something, you can still participate because it's not like you have to attend a live call for an hour or you're going to miss out or you got to watch a replay that's an hour long. These are going to be, you know, simple tasks that you complete each day that can be done at any time throughout the day. You will have access to the group for the entire week and honestly, a few days into the next week so that you have some catch up time in case, maybe you are really busy that week and you get behind or you sign up and then you don't even check it at all because you're on vacation. Like that stuff happens and I totally get it. So I wanted to keep it again, simple but impactful, very valuable. Um, what else do you guys need to know about it? So the link is going to be in the show notes for where you can go and get signed up. Most important things for you to know is that we start on July 20th. So registration for it is going to close on July 19th. That's a Sunday night. So don't let that catch you by surprise. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, I don't check my email. I didn't know." If that's you, then make sure that you sign up before this Friday afternoon. Do it right now while you're listening to me wrap up this episode, click on over, go to the show notes, get signed up. That way you don't miss it. There isn't going to be anything going on in the group until the 20th. So, but you can go ahead, get signed up. You could fill out your intake form and join the group and know that like come Monday, you're good to go. Like I said, it's $47. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to do this. I've wanted to have something like this for a really long time, and I just couldn't land on exactly what it looked like and what all I wanted to put in it and how I wanted to run it. And I don't know. It just kind of came to me the other day to do it this way, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's going to be super duper helpful. And also really validating for those of you that do feel like you're trying everything and you're still not having any luck, or you've been told you just need to relax and give it more time. Like, that's not helpful when you're in the season of waiting and wanting to be pregnant. Like yesterday, this assessment that I have you take is going to feel very validating and very reassuring that, okay, there are things for us to work on, and here's what they are. And then you can walk away from that with a plan of what to do, how to do it, how to execute it, and you'll have me there to answer your questions about it. So I hope to see you guys all inside the July Kickstart week. Link is in the show notes, and I'm going to leave you there for this week. Enjoy.